Hi, the book I'm going to talk about next is called Tesla's Attic by Neil Shusterman and Eric Veltman. It's a story about a boy named Nick, his younger brother, and his father who move into an old Victorian house in a city in Colorado. Now, legend has it that Nikolai Tesla, a famous inventor, once lived in this house. Now, Nikolai Tesla was actually a very real person. He was around the same time as Thomas Edison, and both of them were competing in a way to deliver electricity. They both discovered how to do that on a practical basis. And Edison kind of won the competition in the US, and Nikolai Tesla's method is used in Europe. But anyway, this is a old Victorian house they moved into. And Nick, the young boy, is fascinated by the fact that there is an attic that is just filled with all sorts of interesting things. And he really wants it to be his bedroom. It's like on the top story of this house, and he'd have like the whole top story to himself. So it'd be cool. He needs to move everything out of the attic, though, to do that. And he's made some friends in town, and they've agreed to help him move the stuff out of the attic and have a garage sale in front of the house. Now, was just a little bit disconcerting that when they first opened up the attic stairs to get up there to move everything out, the first thing that flew out of the attic was an old ancient iron. It almost hit somebody in the head. And they couldn't figure out how it happened. They just figured it must have been a problem. It was perched on something precariously. But anyway, so they managed to move everything out to the driveway to have this huge garage sale. And as soon as everything is out there, it starts to pour. It is raining so hard and nobody is coming by. And they're thinking, oh my gosh, we're just going to have to move everything back into the attic or to the garage or to the house. This is not going to work. And one of the guys goes, well, maybe if we turn on some lights out here, people will see lights and they'll come by. And so he takes an old lamp that they had pulled down from the attic and he plugs it in. And wow, all of a sudden the driveway full of this junk is just illuminated by this light. And even more so, cars start coming by and they're stopping to buy stuff. And Nick's friends are also buying things from him, saying, oh, I want this, or I want this old phone or this old camera, or this weird looking thing. And he's going, you don't have to buy that from me. You're helping me. They go, oh, no, we want to buy it, want to buy it. And so soon everything is gone from the driveway. And his people bought a whole lot of junk, is what Nick thinks. But the next day he gets a call from one of the friends who helped him, who said, Nick, I think you better come over here. I got to show you something weird. And so Nick goes to his house and the guy shows him, he says, you know, I bought this thing yesterday at the garage sale. It's kind of an electronic thing. It's got two prongs that go up like this and it's got a cord. And he says, look what happens. And he puts it in the goldfish. There's a goldfish swimming around a bowl. He puts it in the goldfish bowl. The goldfish immediately goes belly up. He's dead. And Nick, could you killed your goldfish? And his friend goes, well, not really, because he pulls the thing out of the water. And all of a sudden the goldfish starts swimming around the goldfish bowl again. Did it a couple times more, and every time it got pulled out of the water, goldfish was fine. Put in the water, the goldfish was belly up, looking very much like a dead goldfish. That is really strange. And Nick and his friends say, you think this is the only strange thing about what we took out of your attic? And so they contacted one of the girls that helped them, and she had picked up an old camera, and they discovered something weird about the camera. If you took a picture with this camera, and it was a Polaroid type camera, which means a picture comes out right after you take it, the picture isn't what the camera is seeing right now. It's a picture of what's happening 24 hours from now. So for example, if one of you had this camera and you took a picture of your class on Friday afternoon and you expected when the Polaroid to coming out, the picture would show everybody sitting there. No, it wouldn't. It would show it on Saturday. So it's a camera that takes pictures of the future. Okay, but that's probably not the strangest thing, because someone else had picked up a tape recorder. I'm going to read you an excerpt from the book because it's very funny. It was a kind of like a recorder on the phone. And Caitlin was playing with it, and she was still going, testing, I'm testing this stupid machine. And then her phone rings, and it's her kind of boyfriend. And this is the conversation that goes on. And it's her cell phone. He goes, hey, Caitlin, it's me. Hey, what you doing? Art project. Oh, because a bunch of us are going to the mall. Maybe we can see that new horror movie. I'd really like to, Caitlin said, but I'm kind of busy. Come over later? Sure, yeah, we can hang out. Bye, Theo. Bye. It was only after she hung up that she realized she had left the recorder on. And so she rewound the tape and listened to it. And this is what it recorded. Hey, Caitlin, it's me. Hey. Hey. Whatever you're doing isn't important, but gotta ask or tell me anyway. Art project like you even care about anything that matters to me. Oh, because I don't want to be the only guy at the mall without a girl. We can make out at the movies. That sounds awful. I've already checked out of this conversation, but you can come over later because I may actually be that bored. Yeah, sure. Maybe then we can make out. Bye, Theo. I wonder what's for lunch. So the recording was not of what was said, but what they were thinking. That's really weird. As a matter of fact, everything that came out of the attic might be weird. And so they decide they have to go collect everything because who knows what's going to happen. But word about this has already gotten out. And there's a group of evil scientists called the Accelerati. And they have been looking for Tesla's inventions for a long time. And they're coming into town and they want them because they figure they can use them for a bunch of things that aren't particularly nice. Find out what happens. Are the kids going to be able to recover all the machines? What about the Accelerati? Even more so. Don't forget that there's a meteor heading straight to Earth, and the explosion is going to happen on Monday morning. Read Tesla's Attic. Great current science fiction.